what Love and Hip Hop they got out here?
No, not at all. Love and Hip Hop is not for us. We don't, my manager was telling me Real Housewives of Atlanta would be something, for us to be on. Love and Hip Hop, we don't have no storyline for that. I got that song, but...
Excuse me? Real Housewives of what? Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2, and it's your boy AT2. I got tongue-tied, excuse me. But what's up, everybody? Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I appreciate all of y'all for being here right now. What's up, Winnie? What's up, Jackie? What's up, Kay? I love seeing all my members here. Shout out to my AT2bers. What's up, Powerful? What's up, Tanya? What's up, the classic one? Thank y'all for being here. Appreciate it. So we're going to talk about Ray J allegedly doping up Wendy Williams. And I also want to tie this into the Whitney Houston story as well, too, because I don't know if you guys have ever heard, but they had said that basically Ray J is a handler, one of those Hollywood handlers that we're going to get into it. And also we're going to talk about this beef between Miss Netta and Craig, the writer Stewart, who's on T.S. Madison show. So we're going to talk about all that. But first, I'm going to start out with the Ray J story. So Stunna Girl used to be on Baddies. I don't remember what season she used to be on, but she ended up quitting because she said the money wasn't good and they were trying to do some shady stuff. She actually exposed Lamel Plummer, the CEO, of doing some shady stuff, with them. He'd be cheating on his wife and doing stuff with the girl. Y'all, Zeus is a whole criminal organization, allegedly, according to, everybody else. It's a whole criminal organization. We're going to talk about that another time. But she's known for exposing them. And everything that she said was the truth. That's the thing. It wasn't no kind of made up story or anything. No, everything that she said was the truth about them. And then I don't know what inspired her this morning to go at Ray J, but she had said that something that Ray J had did to Wendy Williams. She had put this on her Instagram story, and she said, instead of constantly worried about me, Ray J needs to focus on what he did to Wendy Williams. She ain't been the same since you took her on that drug binge. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. And remember, they were spotted together after Wendy had got a divorce from Kevin. She was hanging out with multiple different people, but she was also hanging out with Ray J. And Ray J has some kind of obsession with older women because don't forget, he was with Whitney that infamous weekend when she passed away. And Ray J still blames himself for what went down. He always says in interviews and stuff like that. He was even on Celebrity Big Brother in the UK talking about, I should have been there. I could have helped the situation. It's just weird how there's people always doing stuff around Ray J and he's not doing it. For me personally, and I have to say allegedly to protect myself, but Ray J got to be doing the shit too. There's no way in hell that Ray J is just around people. He got to be doing it too. He got to be with the party life. I'm sorry. There's no way in hell what happened to Whitney should have went down. He should have been there to protect her. He did not protect her. He failed. Let's be honest about it. He failed her. And I still Don't feel right about the whole situation. Now, I'm not trying to go with conspiracy theories and stuff like that, but I don't feel right about Whitney's death. She talked to her mom 30 minutes before she took a shower. Her assistant left to go to Neiman Marcus for her, run an errand. She ended up falling asleep in the tub, drowned, and then Whitney's not here no more. She's deceased. Put a 1 if you agree something is wrong about Whitney's death. It never was settling to me. What's up, Mona, Lisa, Yolanda, Veronica? It never was settling at all. And especially, there was a fight the night before. I don't know if you guys remember this lady. Her name was Stacy Francis. So Stacy Francis and Ray J did Celebrity Big Brother in the UK together. And they had a whole conversation about the Whitney and that whole thing. Because allegedly it was said that Whitney, put them paws on Stacy because she was trying to get with Ray J. Now, the rumor has always been Stacy, who is older than Ray J, they had a thing going on around the same time he was messing with Whitney. Whitney found out about it, got mad, was arguing with Ray J, and Stacy was there. And then what she did was put her hands on Stacy's face and move it away. And, they got into not a scuffle, but let me go ahead and let Stacy explain it to you guys. I have the clip right here. One moment, let me pull it up. Here we go.
Was there fisticuffs?
No, there wasn't. She took her hand and she moved my face away.
From Ray J? Was this now about Ray J?
I was looking at her. She was having a conversation. She was upset about whatever she was upset about. She moved my face away. I grabbed her hand and I said, I love you too much. I'm not going to have any fight with you here. This is not going to happen.
What'd she say?
She was like, well, what? I owe you an apology? Do I owe you an apology? I mean, there was a lot of conversation going back and forth.
Did people come in and help?
There was a lot of people.
Did apologize. There were
she
people
apologized.
That
she apologized. And I, of course, accepted her apology. It was, like I said, it was a misunderstanding. Everyone is attacking me, and I feel like everybody's looking for a hangman. Everybody's looking for someone to hang out to dry, and it's not fair. We all knew what was going on. I think people are passionate, and maybe this is the reason that you're getting attacked, is because she is not even in the grave yet. And everybody's like, oh, well, was she on drugs? I mean, didn't we know what was going on?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not mad that Stacey said that. Didn't we know what was going on? I mean, it was apparent that weekend. I remember seeing that one paparazzi photo of Whitney that weekend, and she had a black streak running down her face. I guess that was makeup, but it was a black streak. And Whitney just looked so sweaty, and she didn't look like herself. And we know before that weekend, she was overseas doing that tour where she did not sound the best. And I thought it was something with her throat, but I heard it was actually her lungs. That's why Whitney couldn't sing the way she used to be able to sing, because something was wrong with her lungs. Whatever she probably was inhaling or whatever affected her lungs. She didn't have that air to get those notes out and stuff like that. This is where we come into play with Clive Davis. Clive Davis decided to still have that Grammy party, even though Whitney had just passed away. He definitely should have canceled that party. That party should have been over with. Canceled, over with. They should not have continued to have that party. It was all oh, well, might as well just move on with the show. That was Whitney Houston. That's just not some random nobody. That is Whitney Houston. That is the legend Whitney Houston. Come on now. Another thing is Whitney wanted to leave Clive's label. I heard that as well, too. And this is where we go. This is where the rumors start that Ray J was the handler. He was around supplying her with what she needed. Because remember, they found, stuff in her system. Cocaine was one of those things that they found in Whitney's system. And that's what makes me say, there's no way in hell that the people around you are not also doing it. Even if Ray J didn't do it himself, my thing is why would you have anybody around an addict? That's like taking an alcoholic to a bar. Why are you tempting them with substance, like with alcohol? Somebody very fragile. And you see that she's not in the best health. It wasn't like, you know how like there's some people you don't know if they have an addiction because there are people who are functional addiction. What is it? A functional addict. A functioning addict. That's what it is. Functioning addict. There's some people who can go on and you wouldn't know anything. Whitney was not one of those. We could look at Whitney and see that she was not functioning. She was not the same. I want to say it started in the early 2000s. Remember her and Bobby had took a trip to Jerusalem? And like, yeah, it started back then. I mean, being Bobby Brown, when we watched the show, like it was all like, I mean, don't get me wrong, that was Bravo before the whole Housewives thing. Did y'all know that? The being Bobby Brown? That was on Bravo. But one of the best reality shows ever, but it did not put her in a good light. That was not the legend that we loved and known. That was a totally different woman. It's sad to say it like that, but that was a totally different woman on that show. So I would say the early 2000s is when we really noticed the shift. And hell, some of y'all might have probably noticed in the 90s there was a shift between Whitney. Oh, New York, it didn't give you a notification? Yeah, you started noticing a shift maybe as early even in the 90s. And again, I'm not blaming Bobby Brown because it's been on record that Whitney was already dibbling dabbling with the stuff before Bobby had came around. So I'm not blaming Bobby Brown. And some of y'all might ask, well, why are you blaming Ray J? Well, because Ray J is well aware of what was going on, and she had been in rehab 3 different times. You knew that. And so when Stunna Girl, again, had said what she said about Wendy, you know, you were supplying her with them drugs, I have to say allegedly, but I can see that being true. It's not the first time that we've heard this, right? And Wendy has not been the same. Not only that, but remember Tokyo Tony and Wendy Williams had got into it or whatever, and then Tokyo Tony had said, when I met her one time, she was high up on coke. Now, I don't know if Tokyo Tony was lying, but she said when her and Wendy were getting into it, she said the one time she met Wendy Williams, she was high up on coke. Does anybody remember that? I couldn't find the clip, but I remember she said that. The shift began during her Bodyguard tour. Oh, okay. Instead of her family helping her, they exploited her. Not Pat Houston is living off. Yeah, Pat Houston, she's the devil. Yeah, definitely Pat Houston. She's not a good person. Because how are you not even blood related and you got access to all the money? Remember the Week? No, I don't. But again, Ray J being around these older women who obviously have addictions and problems, this is why people go into that, oh, Ray J is the handler. He does the work of the elites, and then he gets these girls. He feeds into the narrative. Because now that him and Princess, who is his wife, they're now getting a divorce, will we see him again with another older woman who got an addiction problem or something? We don't know. But I wouldn't put it past Ray J to do something like that. And again, that whole fight was started over Ray J because he was allegedly messing with Stacy Francis. And Whitney didn't like that, and that's how they got into that fight and that argument. I'm just saying. Zeus affiliation doesn't help. Exactly. Yeah, Ray J is definitely being out of the conversation. Wait. Yeah. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah. D double. Is there direct evidence? No, there's not direct. So, do I know for a fact that he's pumping drugs into these women? No. But what I'm saying is that if you're around and other people are doing, it's kind of like I know some friends that like the Coca-Cola, right? I'm not around them typically when they doing Coca-Cola. But if I'm around it so much, you would think, okay, well, he got to be doing the Coca-Cola too, right? If I'm around a whole bunch of people that are doing Coca-Cola. I'm just saying, you got to put two and two together. If there's people doing a certain substance that you don't do and they keep doing it around you, it's going to tempt you to do it. And so you got to stay away from it. And I see some of you guys just coming in the room, so I'm going to go ahead and play that Stacy Francis clip again. Remember, this was the night before where they had got into it, and she's just telling her part of the story.
Was there fisticuffs?
No, there wasn't. She took her hand and she moved my face away.
From Ray J? Was this now about Ray J?
I was looking at her. She was having a conversation. She was upset about whatever she was upset about. She moved my face away. I grabbed her hand and I said, I love you too much. I'm not going to have any fight with you here. This is not going to happen.
What'd she say?
She was like, well, you know, what? I owe you an apology? Do I owe you an apology? I mean, there was a lot of conversation going back and forth.
Did people come in and help?
There was a lot of people.
Did apologize. There were
she
people
apologized.
That
she apologized. And I, of course, accepted her apology. It was, like I said, it was a misunderstanding. Everyone is attacking me, and I feel like everybody's looking for a hangman. Everybody's looking for someone to hang out to dry, and it's not fair. We all knew what was going on. I think people are passionate, and maybe this is the reason that you're getting attacked, is because she is not even in the grave yet. And everybody's like, oh, well, was she on drugs? I mean, didn't we know what was going on?
Yeah.
Now, I do want to say this. I think this is a story... moving on from that back to Wendy, I think this is a story of like when people just like to be in the spotlight and they just love to be around, but they're not looking at you as an individual and saying like, hey, let me be there to support you. Let me be there to help you. A lot of this Hollywood stuff is like, oh, I want to be friends with another celebrity. I want to be friends with somebody in the know. It's all about who you know and who you're connected to more than like, hey, I want to make sure that the person is good. Like a lot of these people aren't legit friends in the media in Hollywood. They're more like industry friends. And what I mean by that is like, these are people that you see at the parties, at the spots and stuff like that. And you're around them because you want to be seen with other powerful people, but you don't give a fuck about them. You don't give a damn about them. These are not your homies. These are not the people that you really kick it with. These are just people that you're around. So when you have a situation like this and some shit go down and people are making allegations against you, this is what it is. You know? All right. So I want to move on from that because I know that segment right there has to be really heavy. I want to move into something. What's up, Empress? I want to move into something a little bit more lighthearted. So there has been this whole war between Craig, who is on T.S. Madison show, the Maddie in the Morning, and Miss Netta. So Miss Netta had finally did a response because usually every show, I guess what's been going on is that Craig has been dragging Miss Netta. And so she finally responded, and then he responded to her response. So let's go ahead and watch it.
You know, I don't have nothing against T.S. Madison. T.S. Madison act like she totally tried to defend me, which is fine. But the little sissy that she got on her show, I don't even know who he is. He not famous. He talk about my clothes, and he got on Walmart brand clothes and all that other stuff. But everybody is keep talking about what we wear. What we wear is what we wear. It's our business. We don't sit and talk about what y'all got going on and what y'all wear. Y'all worry about what we wear. And that's just, I'd be like, oh my God. Like, you sit up and talk about, oh, they clothes is fake. but you got on an old muumuu with holes in it with dirty stains in it. And I'm like, so what do you wear? Do you have any real or do you have any fake in your closet? I'll just be like stunned. And the little sissy that be on there with T.S. Madison, I'm just over his little sissy ass. I done blocked him and everything. Like, what is you keep worrying about what's going on with me and Charles? Make a topic of your own. Stop making up a topic of y'all. Y'all keep talking about, oh, they fame is going to be up. They going to do this. They're going to do that. If you want it to be up, then stop mentioning us. But you can't do it. Keep going. Keep going. That's all.
And see, just like some of y'all thought that Miss Netta was real fish, and I simply sat here and said, well, who thought that? Because I didn't think that. I don't think that relationship is real. Bitch, I think he's your client. Bitch, I think you get a social, an SSI check for him. Bitch, don't make me find his social worker, because I will. I'm a journalist, bitch. I went to Hampton University. Now, again, some of you say, oh, why you want to attack her? I'm not attacking. I'm attacking now because that bitch called me a sissy as if she ain't. I mean,
time that you like to add Netta to the program.
You know, in the recent weeks that we've added her, or I've added her.
Yeah, because it has been you.
It was the people sending it to me. I don't watch her shit. I have never seen her shit. I've never looked at her page. None of them. The only reason I see it is because people reshare it. And that's why that bitch thinks she's famous. That bitch talking about she got a manager. To manage what, bitch? What you managing? Because she and Charles must have been on accompanying small, short yellow buses. Craig. Because ain't no way in the world I would let no nigga looking like him talk to me like that. Not that it's ever acceptable. I don't give a fuck what you look like. The way she talks to that man, and then had the nerve to do an apology video that somebody sent, talking about, I apologize to my husband because he's been good to me. Bitch, why are you fucking turning your camera on to apologize to us, to him? No, bitch, you need to do that in your single wide. We don't need to see that. Why do we need to hear that?
I mean, listen, he was definitely roasting Miss Netta. Let's not pretend like he wasn't. The shit was funny. But this is the thing. Now, Miss Netta is a personality, you know, a TikTok viral star. And because of the way Miss Netta looks, she gets made fun of a lot. I mean, hell, I even reposted like a few memes about Miss Netta. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about that. I have. And so with T.S. Madison being in the realm that she is and being on TV and stuff like that, I think it's hard for Madison to really give like an honest opinion. And so then that's where Craig comes into play, where he doesn't owe nobody nothing and he can go off like that. But I think the thing is that I don't want to say Craig is coming off mean-spirited, but it is coming off mean-spirited. And I think it's also a deeper layer to that. I think, honestly, people don't like Craig. They would rather have Kaya back there. I think that's honestly what it is. They would rather have Kaya and Madison and Maddie back together. Kaya and Maddie. Remember the Queen's Court? That shit was so funny. Listen, if they were still together, that would have... That was before I was even on YouTube. Because, you know, Kaya and Maddie, they were going viral, you know, back in the day and stuff like... I'm saying back in the day like it was years ago. But around 2000, when was it? 2018, 2019? That was before the pandemic. So I would watch that show. It was like every Monday or something like that. That show was hella funny. There will never be another duo like that ever again. And so I think a lot of people are watching it and they seeing Craig and it's all like, we ain't liking this. And not that Craig is saying anything that Kaya wouldn't say, but Kaya has a gift. And Craig does not have that gift. Not too many people have that. Even Tasha K doesn't have the gift. Tasha K kind of want to have that gift, but Tasha K always issue an apology, so it's different. But Kaya has a gift of being funny. Not just funny, but she can say things that will get you canceled. And no matter how bad she says these things, people are still going to watch her. people are still going to be entertained by her because we don't know Craig in the sense, and I'm not saying he's not a nobody, but because we don't know Craig in that sense, like we know a Kaya or a notable face, he can't say the same things that a Kaya can say. It's unfortunate, but that's what it is. People are not going to give you the same excuse or the same, like, you know, the same pass. That's what I'm trying to say. The same pass as a Kaya. Kaya says the most offensive stuff ever, but we're still going to watch. We're still going to be entertained. Now, do I pay for Kaya's website? No, I don't. But when Kaya blesses us every 6 months and she come on YouTube, I watch that shit. That shit is funny and hilarious. Well, thank you, Jessica, for renewing your membership. I appreciate that. It is funny. It's funny as hell. And I think Craig is funny. But the thing is that the dynamic that, and I'm going to include myself, the dynamic that we want is that Kaya and T.S. Madison. We want that back. And it will never come back. Let's just face it. It will never come back. But that's what people want to see, is that dynamic. And so I think with Craig, him getting mad because Netta has responded, well, you have been talking about her, you know, for a few weeks now. So she has every right to respond. You thinking that she, you know, you might be mad because she called you a sissy. Well, I don't think that's the worst thing ever. And, you know, you kept tagging her. And I don't mean like tagging her, but I mean like, you know, poking at her. She has the right to respond. Just like when I talk about these celebrities, they have a right to respond. Listen, after I get done with a show, the people are eating me up in the comments talking about I'm stupid. I always be lying. I don't know what I'll be talking about. They be eating me up, and all I do is like it. Now, if they're a repeat offender and they keep talking about me, I will, you know, I will clap back. But other than that, I'm not going to clap back. So, AT2, that is the type of commentary is edgy, but can go too far. Yes, I agree, Winnie. Let me put your comment up. But I know that I'm in this space where I am acceptable to be talked about. People talk about me all the time, and I have to accept it. And especially if I'm going in on them or saying something like, if Ray J clapped back at me, I have to accept that because I'm basically alluding to, even though I say allegedly, I'm alluding to him always, you know, picking up, you know, older women with problems. Like, that's not a good thing, but I gotta eat that. I gotta eat that because that's what I said. So if he responded, rightfully so. Because you're basically saying that I'm the cause of the downfall of these women. I'm just giving commentary and, you know, my thoughts and opinion. That's what the people here to watch and what they pay me for. So it is what it is. And Jessica, shout out to everybody in Australia too. I've seen your comment. But if you keep poking at somebody, eventually they are going to clap back. I think it's fair game. Now, do I think Netta is a little bit sensitive to people talking about her and stuff like that? Yes, I think she is very sensitive, and I feel like she doesn't have that thick skin yet. I think she plays it off like she has thick skin, but yeah, she don't have that thick skin. And unfortunately, because you have branded yourself as a circus act, people are always going to make fun of you and Charles. Like, because nobody knows them for like talent. It's more like because let's be honest, she's known for cooking meals for Charles and being like, Charles, your lunch is ready. You know, she got a catchy phrase. But the reason why she has gone so viral is because she's not the best looking. I hate to put it that way. She's not the best looking. And so it's kind of like, well, how did Miss Netta get this man and Miss Netta doesn't even look? And then people started looking into Miss Netta's history and realized, oh, Miss Netta is not Miss Netta. Miss Netta is Joe. And it's funny because Kaya calls Miss Netta Joe Netta. And, you know, there was a time period where Miss Netta was all like, oh, yeah, everybody around my town, yeah, they know I just dress like this when, you know, we do appearances and stuff like that. But I don't dress like this all the time, you know, in my hometown, blah, blah, blah. Well, after she said that, you started seeing her get the wigs, the makeup, and everything like that, and be more woman presenting. And I told you guys this months ago. I was like, watch what happens with Miss Netta. Once they 15 minutes of fame are over with, Miss Netta is going to come back and say, yo, I'm Joe. And you guys forced me to play the role of a woman, but I never wanted to be a woman. Watch, I promise you that shit is going to happen. So when I had seen this clip about Miss Netta saying, my manager told us we need to be on the Housewives, and mind you, this is the same manager that got them the deal for them abs that looked like a pack of hot dogs on his stomach, on Charles' stomach, and then got Miss Netta the BBL. And they're trying to shape Joe Miss Netta as a woman. And when the 15 minutes of fame is over with, Miss Netta, aka Joe, is going to be like, you guys forced me to play a role of a woman.
Yeah, you know, what Love and Hip Hop they got out here?
No, not at all. Love and Hip Hop is not for us. We don't, you know. My manager was telling me Real Housewives of Atlanta would be something, you know, for us to be on Love and Hip Hop. We don't have no storyline for that. I got that song, but.
And again, I want to say, and thank you, Jessica, I appreciate that. And I want to say, this is not anti-trans. Miss Netta does not identify as trans. So this is not anti-trans. Like, that's why I'm saying they're trying to push this transition on us. And then Miss Netta, after the 15 minutes of fame, I guarantee you, is over with. You're gonna be like, oh no, I'm not, I never said I was trans, I never said I was this or that. But why would your manager suggest you being on the Real Housewives if you don't identify as a woman? This is just a character for you. And let's be honest, Love and Hip Hop would have fit you a lot better because they like a clown act. But there is no way in hell you was ever going to be on the Real Housewives. They like you because you're literally a circus act. Oh, Cameron, you say trolling? They like you because you are a circus act. You're more infamous than famous. And granted, I think Miss Netta and Charles should get all the clout, all the attention. Because, you know, when the white TikTokers go viral and stuff like that, we don't question them of being untalented and all this other stuff. We go along with it, right? So why Miss Netta and Charles can't get a bag as well? I'm all for it. But the thing is that they can't be playing these games with us. And then, like I said, when the 15 minutes of fame are over, you're going to see the real Miss Netta and Charles. And I think, honestly, Charles is annoyed with the whole thing. They recently had a fight on live where Charles was talking to some girl, and then Miss Netta got upset, and she was all like, this was when they was in the pool or whatever. I don't want to show the video because it got a kid in the background, and yeah, they don't need to be on the screen. But Miss Netta was all like, oh, you don't need to be asking about me, blah, 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 and was getting mad and getting upset. I think Charles is still attracted to women. And I also think Charles likes Miss Netta, but Charles does not like Joe. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Charles likes Miss Netta. Charles does not like Joe. This is some deep psychological shit I'm talking about right now. I bet you Miss Netta says, I'm done with all this. Charles is going to leave Miss Netta. Charles will leave Miss Netta, because don't forget, he was with a woman before and allegedly had a kid, but they're saying, oh, he just stepped up in that father's role. That's not his actual kid. But the kid is mixed though, so I was like, oh, well, maybe the kid is his and he's lying. Oh, y'all said WeTV? I can see WeTV, yeah. But what show on WeTV? Or you just mean like they should have their own show on WeTV? They say they own that house together. Netta is not going to be good for a reunion. What reunion? Right. WeTV for Netta. Hold on. Yep, Charles is confused. Mr. Netta will be Miss Netta with the Adams. Yeah, Lisa, you going to hell. What was Miss Netta going to do on... Right, what was you going to do on Real Housewives? Like, come on now. Rolling Ray is funny. And again, TLC. Oh, I can see TLC. Again, Miss Netta does not say trans. Miss Netta, in character, uses she, her, but the pronoun is he, him, because Miss Netta said that's just a character. Kind of like when Tyler Perry dresses up. Tyler Perry is Medea, but even when he takes off the wig in the suit, he still looked like Medea. Why y'all made me say that? Why y'all made me say that? Listen. Fuck it. I'm going to say it. Tyler Perry, no, Miss Netta is living Tyler Perry's dream. I'm just going to put the shit out there, y'all. I'm just going to put it out there. Miss Netta is living out Tyler Perry's dream. Tyler Perry wished he could walk outside and be Miss Netta. We got to put it out there. We got to put it out there. And again, I know that, there's the androgynous and, playing both. And so I definitely get that. I understand that. But Miss Netta didn't even want to say, oh, I'm gay, or I'm this, or I'm that. Miss Netta tried to hide that. It wasn't until people doxed Miss Netta that she came out and was all like, okay, I'm this and I'm that. Miss Netta was just going to let y'all, hey, I'm Miss Netta, and that's it. So again, that's why I'm saying, like, this is not anti-trans. Like, no, Miss Netta, it says, I'm a man. I'm a boy, Damon. I'm a boy. That's what Miss Netta said. Greg said, speaking of Tyler Perry, didn't Christian Keys say he was going to... Well, we think allegedly Christian Keys got paid off, and this is why because Christian Keys deleted that video. I had said this, a couple of months ago, but Christian Keys deleted that whole video where he said he was going to expose the person. He deleted all that. That was gone. New York, Miss Netta is from the era before we had all the names and pronouns, but she's obviously non-conforming. Oh, okay. That's probably a better word to use. Thank you, New York. Non-conforming, not androgynous. Chris got paid. Oh, yeah. Christian Keys, he got paid, y'all. That's why he ain't talking. He is not talking. I think also it's important too sometimes and it's hard because you make your money on social media. And so it's hard to step away from social media, right? But there should be a time where maybe you take a break from looking at your phone and addressing things. Like at this point, Netta has to get thick skin. And again, the reason why I'm saying that is because it's the whole appeal of, okay, you got this man and then you have, this woman and they're together. And something's different, something's odd. And what the odd is that they're not attractive. I hate to put this shit like this, y'all. The big spectacle, because I mean, there's plenty of women that cook for their husband online, right? But not many women that look like Miss Netta, who plays the role of the woman and looks like that. That appeal is because of, I'm trying to be nice, y'all. The bumps on the face, the hair, and that's why. Oh, and yeah, and he's Charles is younger. Charles is younger too, and it's all like, well, how did this get this? You know? And there's some like there's this whole thing where like all these women, all the gay men, they all want Charles. Have y'all been seeing this online lately? They all want them some Charles. So with Netta, people looking at Netta and they all like, well, how did Netta get this? But Netta probably got money and good credit though. That's probably the reason. Netta probably got money, and Netta probably got, you know. And hell, Charles probably liked the, you know, he probably like little, you know, he probably likes sausages and peanuts. I'm just saying. But I will say this. With Netta, you know, going off on Charles and the way Charles, let's not pretend Charles also goes off on Netta and stuff like that, and the way they talk disrespectful to each other and stuff like that. That's why I said I can see this probably coming to an end. It's only so much that he's gonna put up with, and I can see him being the one to walk away. Netta gonna reap all the benefits, get all the clothes, the wigs, the everything. But Charles is kind of just like, you know, there. He doesn't do too much talking. It's usually Miss Netta. Like, if you had to pick the one that has the most influence, you would pick Miss Netta, right? Let me go ahead and just confirm that. Who would you say has the power in the relationship? Netta or Charles? Which one? You would definitely say Netta is the one with the power in the relationship. Hell, I'll even go as far as say this. There's probably other men trying to line up to be the new Charles. Because don't forget, Charles ain't even Charles's real name. Charles' real name is like Rolando. It's like Rolando or something like that. So you can easily get another Charles. Replace. But Charles or Rolando can't get another Netta. There's only one Netta. It wouldn't work it wouldn't work the same. That's just my thought and opinion, y'all. Did y'all hit that like button? Or are y'all mad at me? Let me see. Oh, I don't even have any mods in here. Thank y'all for being respectful in the chat. Honestly, I haven't been looking at the chat that much, but it seemed like y'all being respectful enough. I'll say that. No robots or anything like that. Honestly, I haven't. Okay. And thank you, everybody on Facebook, hitting that like button too as well. Oh, Charles gonna get a real woman that can cook and be less ghetto. Prissy, I can see that. So he ain't got to deal with the bullshit. Oh, yeah. We ain't even got 100 likes and we got over 300 people in here. Yeah. All right. Let me go ahead and play that video again while you guys hit the like button.
You know, I don't have nothing against T.S. Madison. T.S. Madison act like she totally tried to defend me, which is fine. But the little sissy that she got on her show, I don't even know who he is. He not famous. He talk about my clothes, and he got on Walmart brand clothes and all that other stuff. But everybody is keep talking about what we wear. What we wear is what we wear. It's our business. We don't sit and talk about what y'all got going on and what y'all wear. Y'all worry about what we wear. And that's just, I be like, oh my God. Like, you sit up and talk about, oh, they clothes is fake. But you got on an old muumuu with holes in it with dirty stains in it. And I'm like, so what do you wear? Do you have any real or do you have any fake in your closet? I'll just be like, stunned. And the little sissy that be on there with T.S. Madison, I'm just over his little sissy ass. I done blocked him and everything. Like, what is you keep worrying about what's going on with me and Charles? Make a topic of your own. Stop making us a topic of y'all. Y'all keep talking about, oh, they fame is going to be up. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. If you want it to be up, then stop mentioning us. But you can't do it. Keep going. Keep going. That's all.
And see, just like some of y'all thought that Miss Netta was real fish, and I simply sat here and said, well, who thought that? Because I didn't think that. I don't think that relationship is real. Bitch, I think he's your client. Bitch, I think you get a social an SSI check for him. Bitch, don't make me find his social worker, because I will. I'm a journalist, bitch. I went to Hampton University. Now, again, some of you say, oh, why you want to attack her? I'm not attacking. I'm attacking now because that bitch called me a sissy as if she ain't. I mean,
Time that you like to add Netta to the program.
You know, in the recent weeks that we've added her, or I've added her.
Yeah, because it has been you.
It was the people sending it to me. I don't watch her shit. I have never seen her shit. I've never looked at her page. None of them. The only reason I see it is because people reshare it. And that's why that bitch thinks she's famous. That bitch talking about she got a manager. To manage what, bitch? What you managing? Because she and Charles must have been on accompanying small, short yellow buses. Craig, because ain't no way in the world I would let no nigga looking like him talk to me like that. Not that it's ever acceptable. I don't give a fuck what you look like. The way she talks to that man, and then had the nerve to do an apology video that somebody sent, talking about, I apologize to my husband because he's been good to me. Bitch, why are you fucking turning your camera on to apologize to us, to him? No, bitch, you need to do that in your single wide. We don't need to see that. Why do we need to hear that?
All right, y'all, we have came to the end of our show, and I just wanted to let you guys know before we get out of here, me and Gigi Darling, we're meeting up at the Alameda County Fair July 6th. It's the last weekend of the Alameda County Fair, so if you in the Bay Area, make sure you guys come out. And DM me, and I'll give you guys the time on when we're gonna meet up. I just kind of want to see who wants to meet up and stuff like that before I give a time, but it definitely will be on July 6th. Again, thank you guys for hitting that like button. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. We've been growing pretty fast in the last week or so, so I appreciate y'all rocking with me. And let me know what y'all want to talk about as well, too. You know, there's a lot of topics out there that I haven't covered. Again, I went ahead and posted my broadcast link. So when I go live, I can send you guys a notification in that group. Again, like, nobody knows who the group members are and stuff like that. So you ain't got to worry about being doxxed. It's just so I can notify you guys when I go live, because you know YouTube like to hate on you and not send out notifications. So you know how that go. But anyway, y'all, we going to get out of here. I will be live in like 30 minutes. So look out for a notification. But we out, y'all. Deuces, everybody. Damn, and every time I hit the button, it never works. Here we go.